he's crying from the grave so his story can be told. And I just went, oh, Lord. And and that's why I called it Sam's Cry. There was a person that went into my messenger. And at that time, all I was involved in is ministry at that time. And so there was nothing I was posting that related to entertainment because I was so involved in ministry because I
Mhm.
was, anyways, going forward, this prophet had prophesied over me and said that the Lord showed him that I was gonna write and produce a movie and for me to go pray about it and see what the Lord shows you. And he goes, all I know is that it's gonna cause some waves. And I'm like, so anyways, when he said that, like instantly I knew whose story it was because we had pitched the story of Sam to um, one of my friends named Roy from Disney. And so it turns out that I just knew in my heart it was his story because when the Lord showed me that when God had spoke to Cain and said, "Where's your brother?" And he said, "Well, I'm not my brother's keeper." He goes, "Well, then why does his blood cry out from the grave?" And then the Lord hit me and said, "That's Sam. He's crying from the grave so his story can be told." And I just went, "Oh, Lord." And that's why I called it Sam's Cry. It's because of the fact that the Lord brought me about Cain and Abel, and being that Sam's life was unjustly, you know, killed. He was killed. So and so because of that happened, I believe that he's been crying from the grave, and God heard him, and God's like, I want you to tell a story. I want the people to know what happened. And do you know, in that time when I was starting to do the production in 2020 during COVID, the whole situation with George Floyd happened with he couldn't breathe.